Hey, Dad Who Does here. My wife's probably going to kill me for telling this story, but I want to see what you guys think. So, this is about the beginning of the pandemic. Our second daughter was born in October, and my wife went on maternity leave, and then I took some maternity leave, and that got us to 15 weeks. So, when she was 15 weeks old, we finally sent her to school. She actually only ended up in school for 1 week, and the pandemic hit, and we had to bring her home. So now she's 16 weeks old, and I don't know if you folks remember, but in the beginning of the pandemic, we didn't know who it affected, who it didn't affect, how bad it was going to get. It was just a scary thing. And so we sheltered immediately. We rushed to pull our kids out of school. We were among the first to rush to pull our kids out of school. And we hunkered down at home. And very quickly we realized that we can't do this. We can't work from home and have our kids at home. It's just not sustainable. So we reached out to our neighbors through our local neighborhood Facebook group and said, hey, of all the neighbors, is there anyone out there who can help us nanny our kids? And we got a lot of nasty comments from that. People were saying what are you, insane? You want to socialize? We're supposed to be socially distancing. And so we got a lot of flack for that, a lot of negative comments, a lot of people telling us what bad parents we were for wanting to, bring an unknown element into our house. So we put that idea aside for a while. And I think a couple months went by, and it was just, it was insanity, as I'm sure some of you have kids know, trying to get through, life with kids constantly around. So then finally the summer hits, and a lot of the college kids were coming home from school. And I think at this point, after a couple months, people were starting to relax their ideas about what social quarantining meant. Different people had different ideas. So we knew that there were going to be college-age kids in our neighborhood with nothing to do all summer. So we reached out again, and we found a neighbor, a girl in our neighborhood, who wanted to nanny for us. So we're like, great. So she comes over, and she already knows our kids. She's seen them in the neighborhood. They know her. It's great. And on the very first day, we're like, okay, why don't you take the kids for a walk? And we trust her. So she loads the kids up in a double stroller. She goes for a walk, and she gets to a busy intersection, and one car stops and sees, she's got a bunch of kids and waves her through. And she starts crossing the street, and a car coming the other direction made a left turn and didn't see them, hits the stroller, knocks our kids over. I don't even know how bad it was. I can only imagine. All I know is we get a ring at the door, and there's a group of people, both the car that hit them, the observer car that was waiting for them to cross, and our nanny show up at our door. Why didn't she call me? I don't know. But she shows up at our door. Kids are crying hysterically still. They had to walk, what was probably a quarter mile home. I don't know why she didn't call me, but the kids are crying. And this is our introduction to life in the pandemic, right? That whatever bad could possibly happen did happen to us. And that's just one of many stories that I'm hoping to share with you folks along the way. This is Dad Who Does. Until next time.